When we talk about the pro-life movement, we must realize that we don't exist in a vacuum. There are valuable lessons we can learn from historical social reform. The closest movement chronologically to the pro-life movement is the civil rights movement, and there are two main lessons we can learn from that movement. And they are, number one, successful reformers are courageous and willing to sacrifice for their advocacy. And number two, successful reformers are rarely liked, while liked reformers are rarely successful. Take the story of Emmett Till, for example. In the summer of 1955, Emmett Till lived with his mother in Chicago. Emmett had finally convinced his mother to allow him to go to Money, Mississippi to visit his great uncle and his cousins before starting school in September. Because Emmett's mother was a praying lady, she put him on a train and set him on his way. Soon after arriving, Emmett and his cousins were hanging out at the general store in Money. Emmett asked to purchase a piece of bubble gum from the white female clerk at the counter. It's unclear exactly what took place inside the store, but later, Emmett was accused of whistling at the clerk. Sadly, 4 days later, Emmett was pulled at gunpoint from his uncle's house. It was the last time he was seen alive. His body was found in the Tallahatchie River with a gin fan tied around his neck with barbed wire to weight him down. This is the last time he was seen looking like a human being, because what they did to this young man's face was so horrific that the coroner in Money, Mississippi wanted to permanently seal the casket before shipping the body back to Chicago for burial. At the funeral, Mamie Till, Emmett's mother, stepped out of the limousine following the hearse that carried her son's body. She was swarmed by reporters. They said, Mrs. Till, are you going to have an open casket service for your son?" To which she carefully replied, "Yes, I am." "But Mrs. Till, don't you understand the condition of your boy's body? Why would you do that?" And she replied, "I want the whole world to see what they did to my boy." That weekend, 50,000 people passed by the casket of Emmett Till. The open casket funeral of Emmett Till was a major catalyst in the civil rights movement. Even Rosa Parks remarked that the story of Emmett Till gave her the courage to not give up her seat on the bus. So, how's this story, the story of Emmett Till, apply to us activists in the pro-life movement? Well, number one, just as Mamie Till was willing to expose racial injustice committed against her son, we must be courageous enough to open the casket of abortion by exposing the gruesome reality to the culture. Number two, just as Mamie Till wasn't liked by white racists, we won't be liked by the popular culture. The fact is, we cannot win on the cheap. Abolishing abortion will cost us something, and at minimum, it'll cost us our reputations. The fact is, our opposition is not going to lay down and simply let us win. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said this, "Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed." Will you rise to the challenge and demand justice for the preborn? Will you step forward and sacrifice for the children? I pray you will.